In January 2024, history was made when Nolan Darbaugh became the first person to receive the Neuralink microcomputer implant in his brain. This pioneering procedure has opened up a new era of human-computer interaction. Now, Nolan is undergoing rehabilitation to learn how to utilize this implant to its fullest potential. The possibilities are vast, with speculation ranging from the ability to control prosthetic limbs with thought to directly accessing and interacting with digital information. Imagine the power to cure paralysis, learn a language in seconds, and transform thoughts into art. This isn't science fiction, it's the groundbreaking reality promised by Neuralink. Far from an ordinary tech startup, Neuralink is Elon Musk's audacious vision to fuse the human mind with artificial intelligence using minuscule implantable devices. This is about more than tech. It's about unlocking the untapped potential of the human brain, allowing us to keep pace with AI advancements, treat neurological conditions, and even communicate telepathically. The power to control devices through thought, download data directly into our brains, and create art with the mind's power. These are just some of the staggering promises of Neuralink. But with great power comes great questions. What happens when our thoughts aren't private? How does tech impact our sense of self? How can we ensure responsible use of such profound technology? Welcome to the dawn of a neural revolution where we'll explore the fascinating and mind-bending universe of Neuralink. The language barrier, a centuries-old hurdle in human communication, could soon be a thing of the past. Imagine a world where Neuralink, this revolutionary neurotechnology, could translate languages in real time. You're in Paris and you don't speak a word of French. No problem. Neuralink could potentially decode your English thoughts and translate them into French for the waiter at the cafe. It's like having a universal translator right inside your brain. But it doesn't stop there. Neuralink could even take us into the realm of telepathy, the direct transmission of thoughts from one person to another. Picture this. You're thinking of a complex idea, something that words can't quite encapsulate. Instead of struggling to find the right phrase, you could transmit the thought directly to another person's Neuralink. It's communication without distortion, without misunderstanding. It's communication in its purest form. However, as we venture into this brave new world of thought-based communication, we are also stepping into a minefield of ethical questions. If we can transmit thoughts, what happens to the idea of privacy? In this interconnected, Neuralink-enabled world, could someone else access your thoughts without your consent? And if they can, what does that mean for personal freedom and autonomy? These aren't just theoretical questions, they're real issues that we'll have to grapple with as this technology advances. While this technology can bring us closer together, it also forces us to confront uncomfortable questions about privacy and consent. The language of thought, it seems, is a double-edged sword. It holds the potential to unite us in ways we've never imagined, but it also challenges our very notions of individuality and personal space. As we stand on the precipice of this new era, we must tread carefully, ensuring that the benefits of this amazing technology don't come at the expense of our fundamental human rights. I appreciate it if you could subscribe and like the video before we continue. Imagine if you could learn a semester's worth of knowledge in a day. Picture this, you're sitting in a library, surrounded by stacks of books, and instead of spending hours poring over each page, you simply connect your Neuralink to the book and you've absorbed all its content. Sounds like science fiction, right? But with Neuralink's potential to enhance learning and memory, this could be our reality. Neuralink could directly interface with educational materials, accelerating our learning and knowledge retention. Imagine the possibilities. You could learn a new language overnight, grasp complex mathematical equations in minutes, or even become a history buff in the blink of an eye. This could redefine our education system, making learning more efficient and accessible to all. But what about our memory? With Neuralink, we could potentially record and replay our experiences or learn vast amounts of information in a short span of time. It could revolutionize the way we perceive and retain our personal and educational experiences. However, as we marvel at these exciting prospects, it's also important to discuss the potential issues that could arise. What happens when we start relying too heavily on technology for our learning? Could this lead to the erosion of our natural learning processes? Would we still value knowledge and education if it's just a click away? And what about the authenticity of our memories? If we can record and replay them, does that change their intrinsic value? Would we still cherish our experiences the same way if we can revisit them anytime we want? As we stand on the brink of a learning revolution, we must also grapple with the potential loss of traditional learning methods. It's a thrilling yet challenging leap, one that could redefine learning and memory as we know it. But like all leaps of progress, it must be taken with caution, ensuring that we don't lose the essence of what makes us human in the process. Step into a gaming world where you are not just a player, but a part of the game itself. Imagine a reality where the controller is your brain and your thoughts guide your virtual avatar. Thanks to Neuralink, this is no longer a distant dream, but an imminent reality. Neuralink's brain-computer interface technology has the potential to revolutionize the gaming industry. It could offer a gaming experience that's not just immersive but also incredibly personal. Imagine navigating a game world where the storyline adapts to your emotional state, creating a truly unique gaming experience tailored to you. The possibilities are as boundless as the human imagination. But as we journey deeper into this brave new world of gaming, serious questions arise. As our reality becomes increasingly intertwined with the virtual, how do we define what's real? The thrill of battling dragons or exploring distant galaxies might be exhilarating, but could it lead to an addiction to these alternate realities? With Neuralink blurring the lines between the virtual and the real, we might find ourselves retreating more and more into these constructed worlds. Moreover, the potential for Neuralink to tap into our emotional states raises questions about privacy and autonomy. Who controls the data about our innermost feelings and thoughts? Could this technology be exploited to manipulate our emotions or even our actions? These concerns are not to be taken lightly, but neither should we overlook the immense potential of this technology. Neuralink could transform gaming from a passive experience into an active, immersive journey. It promises a gaming experience that's not just about winning or losing, but about exploration, emotional engagement, and personal growth. As we stand on the cusp of this new era in gaming, we must navigate these challenges with care. But if we can strike a balance between innovation and caution, we might just be able to create a gaming world that's not just immersive and thrilling, but also respectful of our autonomy and privacy. The line between reality and virtual worlds might blur, but the thrill of such immersive experiences could be worth the risk. Art, an expression of the human soul, could soon be as simple as thinking. Imagine a world where the vivid landscapes of your mind could be rendered in real time, where the symphony of your thoughts could compose a sonata, where the rhythm of your heart could choreograph a dance. This is the potential of Neuralink, the ability to translate the abstract language of our thoughts into the tangible realm of art. The potential applications are boundless. Musicians could compose intricate symphonies with a mere thought, painters could splash colors onto a canvas without lifting a brush, and dancers could choreograph routines without moving a muscle. This could democratize the creation of art, allowing anyone with a thought to become an artist. But as with any revolution, there are questions to ponder. If everyone can create art at the speed of thought, what happens to the painstaking practice that has traditionally defined artistic mastery? If we can instantly manifest our thoughts, do we risk losing the serendipity of happy accidents, those unexpected discoveries that often lead to breakthroughs? And what about the uniqueness of art, that ineffable quality that makes a masterpiece stand out? If technology mediates our creative process, could we end up in a world where art becomes homogenized, losing its individuality and the human touch that makes it resonate? As we stand on the brink of this new frontier, we must balance the possibilities with the potential pitfalls. We must ensure that, as we unlock new ways of expressing our creativity, we don't lose the essence of what makes art human. As art becomes more accessible, can we maintain the individuality that makes it unique? The loss of a limb could soon be a less daunting prospect. Imagine a world where advanced prosthetics not only replicate physical movement, but also provide a sense of touch, warmth, and pressure. This is the world that Neuralink hopes to create. By interfacing directly with the brain, these prosthetics could be controlled as naturally as a biological limb, offering a level of precision and responsiveness that current prosthetics can't match. But it's not just about movement. The ability to feel the texture of a fabric, the coolness of a glass of water, or the warmth of a loved one's hand could soon be within reach. This isn't just restoring physical ability, it's about restoring a sense of normalcy, a sense of self. For many amputees, the psychological impact of losing a limb can be as profound as the physical loss. The potential to regain this lost aspect of their identity could be transformative. But as we marvel at these advancements, we must also address the elephant in the room, the bionic divide. As with any cutting-edge technology, there are concerns about accessibility. Not everyone will be able to afford these advanced prosthetics. So, how do we ensure that this life-changing technology doesn't just become another marker of inequality? How do we prevent a world where the wealthy are not just financially better off, but physically too? These are difficult questions and there are no easy answers. But it's a conversation we need to have, because technology like this has the potential to change lives, to restore independence, to give back what was lost. But only if it's accessible to those who need it most. The potential to regain lost mobility is exciting, but we must ensure that this technology is accessible to all. The future of warfare could be fought not on land but in the mind. An intriguing thought, isn't it? But with the advent of Neuralink, this could very well be a reality. The potential military applications of this cutting-edge technology are vast and multifaceted. Imagine soldiers on the battlefield with enhanced awareness, their senses heightened by interfacing with drones and other high-tech equipment. A soldier's mind could become the ultimate command center, directly controlling unmanned vehicles or even entire squadrons. However, the weaponization of brain-computer interfaces like Neuralink brings with it a host of ethical implications. Just as the advent of nuclear weapons sparked debates about their use and misuse, so too does Neuralink in the context of warfare. By turning the human mind into a weapon, are we not at risk of dehumanizing not only the soldiers who wield this technology, but also the very nature of combat itself? The battlefield of the mind could become a place where wars are won or lost based on who has the most advanced neural technology. This could lead to an arms race unlike any we've seen before, one that takes place not in factories or missile silos but in laboratories and research facilities. And what about the soldiers themselves? What are the psychological implications of being so intimately connected to the machinery of war? Could this lead to new forms of trauma or even to the erosion of the line between soldier and machine? These are questions we must grapple with as we stand on the precipice of this new era in warfare. The potential for misuse of this technology in warfare underscores the need for regulation and oversight. We must ensure that as we march into this brave new world, we do so with our eyes wide open and our moral compass firmly in hand. And remember, the mind is a battlefield, and like all battlefields, it must be tread upon with care and respect. What if the entire human race could share a single thought? A question, not so far-fetched, in an age where Neuralink could potentially bridge the gap between individual minds. Imagine a world where our collective intelligence is pooled into a single accessible network. This is the theoretical concept of a collective consciousness, a singularity of thought and knowledge. In this interconnected world, we could instantly tap into a vast pool of human experience and wisdom. Imagine the leaps in scientific discovery, artistic creation, and social cohesion that could be achieved. No longer would knowledge be limited by access or education. It would be as readily available as our own thoughts. But as the line between I and we begins to blur, we are confronted with philosophical questions about our very identity. What happens to our sense of self in a collective consciousness? Would we lose our individuality, our unique perspectives and experiences? Would we become mere nodes in a global network, our thoughts no longer our own? Furthermore, what of privacy in a world where our innermost thoughts and experiences are shared? The right to privacy is a fundamental human right, but in a shared consciousness, it could become a luxury of the past. And then there's the question of control. Who or what would govern this collective consciousness? Would it operate democratically, or could it be manipulated by those with ulterior motives? These are not just theoretical questions, but ethical ones that we must grapple with as we teeter on the brink of this new frontier. As we contemplate the possibility of a shared consciousness, we must also consider the potential loss of our individuality. In this brave new world, we must tread carefully, always remembering that our individuality is the wellspring of our humanity. As we merge with machines, do we enhance our capabilities or risk becoming their puppets? This question stirs up a whirlwind of thoughts, doesn't it? As we venture further into the realm of neural technology, we find ourselves teetering on a fine line between a symbiotic future and a technological takeover. Imagine a world where technology enhances our abilities, where we seamlessly interact with machines to achieve feats beyond our natural capabilities. This is the vision of a symbiotic future. Neuralink could serve as an extension of ourselves, a tool to augment our senses, cognition, and even our physical abilities. But what if we take a step too far? What if instead of enhancing our capabilities, these technologies end up controlling us? This is the darker side of the coin, the dystopian scenario of artificial intelligence dominance. In this world, machines don't just augment us, they manipulate us. Our thoughts, our emotions, our very consciousness could be influenced or even controlled by AI. The risk here isn't just about privacy or security, it's about losing our autonomy, our agency, our humanity. This is why the development of technologies like Neuralink must be accompanied by robust ethical guidelines and safety measures. We must ensure that these tools are used to empower us, not to control us. As we stand on the precipice of this new era, we must ask ourselves, are we ready to embrace a symbiotic future, or will we fall victim to a technological takeover? The choice is ours to make, and the time to make it is now. The future of human-machine interaction holds immense promise, but it also comes with significant risks that we must navigate responsibly. It's an exciting time to be alive, isn't it? But let's remember, with great power comes great responsibility. Let's harness the power of neural technology wisely, ensuring a future that empowers us, not one that enslaves us. The future of Neuralink is as exciting as it is unknown. As we've journeyed through this exploration of Neuralink's potential applications, we've seen the possibilities that lie ahead. From revolutionizing how we treat neurological conditions to augmenting human communication, enhancing learning and memory, and even redefining entertainment. The potential for artists to directly translate their thoughts and emotions into creative outputs, the seamless control of advanced prosthetic limbs, and even the theoretical possibility of a collective consciousness are all within our reach. But these advances are not without their challenges. We must consider the ethical implications of bypassing spoken or written language, the concerns about over-reliance on technology, and the erosion of natural learning processes. Artistic expression could be democratized, but we also face the potential homogenization of art if technology mediates the creative process. The bionic divide is a real concern, as is the risk of an arms race with neural technology. And while a symbiotic relationship between humans and machines is enticing, we must also prepare for the dystopian scenario of AI dominance. These are not just technological considerations, but deeply human ones. They ask us to reflect on what it means to be human in an increasingly interconnected and technologically advanced world. As we look forward, we must remember that while technology can enable us, it is our responsibility to ensure it serves us well. We need to advocate for responsible development and safety, for international regulations and oversight, and above all, for the preservation of our humanity in the face of rapid technological advancement. As we stand on the brink of a neural revolution, we must tread carefully, balancing our excitement for the potential of this technology with the weight of the ethical and societal implications it carries.